Well, hello, all you wonderful people out there. How are you keeping? Good to see you again. My name's Andre. Welcome to Pepper's Echo. Let me see. Is my sound man Cam there somewhere? Huh? Yeah. Jeez. Age is not kind. Let's take a look. We've got Buzzy moments. How's it, Buzzy? Good always to see you. Hit the like button, please. Thanks, Cam. Let's get that one on there. Please hit the like button. Yes. We seem to be getting more and more people watching, which is great. Absolutely fanatically testicle. Thanks, Cameron. How's it going, Cam? Dylan Combrink, how's it going, my friend? Always good to see you. Buzzy and Cam. Nick Miller, how's it going, Nick? Great to see you as well, Buzzy, Nick. Who else we got on? Oh, the wifey Ina, clean language again. Cameron, Buzzy, Nick, Cameron, Buzzy. Thread Mayhem, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. New person. Alison, our beautiful lady from the Bay. How's it going? Fantastic. Good to see you. Cam, the writing is not center. Oh, okay. Not sure if it was for me. Cameron, who's it? Andre, it's fine. It's me I'm worried about, Nick. No, I'm kidding. Hendo, our favorite European South African. How's it going, buddy? Always good. Hendo's always shouting at us. If you take a look, it's always caps. Hendo shouts all the time. Yeah. I need to invest in first of all, get my light going in the front again, and I need to get a webcam, or at least get my phone working as a webcam as well a little bit, so that I can get things trimmed and neatened up. But how's it going with everybody today? I hope it is going well, and that the week has been kind to you. I was actually sort of under the impression that this weekend was Easter weekend, because of course it's like walking around in the dark here. You have no idea if it's Easter or not. Oh, thought someone was walking in the door. Of course, the wind is blowing like nobody else's business. So, all the doors are rattling, and it sounds rather ghostly up here. But yes, it's still damn hot. If you take a look, I am glowing. So, talking about glowing, just a little something for the day. There we go. If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. I keep on thinking the wife's going to come storming in here any minute now. But yeah. And Cam, you say the sound is okay. 100%. Thank you very, very much, my friend. Always appreciate it. Always appreciate very much. Where are we going? To this way. So it's a little bit bigger. So yes, I got a lot to chat about. One thing that I didn't actually put onto the slides on that today is the movies that I watched. Who else is Liz Wheeler? Hello from the Bluff. How are you keeping? Wonderful. In China, your son lives in China. Well, we've lived in Hangzhou for a year, and then we moved just a little bit north of Hangzhou to Nanjing, and I'm currently in Nanjing at the moment. Very, very close to Shanghai. It's about 2-hour bullet train to Shanghai. About 200 k's from here, was about 180 kilometers from Hangzhou. But yeah, I often, when I go to the doctor, I need to get medication from my doctor in Hangzhou, and we just hop the bullet train, and it's in about an hour and a half, and we're back in Hangzhou again. We basically go through for the day and back again. I haven't done very much traveling here. We've always ended up going back to South Africa every year. So hopefully Peach lands a peachy job, and then we are going to be able to do quite a bit of traveling, and hopefully we can bring you some news from different areas, because I want to go and see the Great Wall. I want to go and see I don't know what this is. This is from the Wi-Fi, so I better check. I want to go and see the Panda Sanctuary. I want to go and see Shanghai still as well. Strangely enough, I've been so close to Shanghai, but still so far away, because I've just never gone around there. And Shanghai is very, very modernized, apparently. So, there's Shanghai Disney, which I'd like to go to, but it's very expensive. And then, of course, there is there's a wax museum as well, Madame Tussauds there too. But there's things that I want to go and see that are Chinese, like, as I said, the Great Wall, the Forbidden City. I'd like to go to Dalian, and there's another place that has the ice sculptures in winter. And then, of course, there's the Terracotta Army, with the first Chin's tomb that hasn't been opened yet as such due to the high mercury content in the tomb. So, yeah. It's really I don't know, how long has your son been here? Does he teach here as well? It is poking the panda. Yeah, thanks, Endo. It's you know, as I've always said, it's I'm not politically motivated at all, so, well, not Chinese wise, so we are very fortunate at the moment to have technically advanced country, in the first world country that we can stay in, and it's, yeah, everything is, I mean, I've told people a whole lot of times over and over again, saying that when I got here, I had so much cash on me because I brought cash through to put into the bank account here, and I stood in the front of the vending machine and I could not get a cool drink out of the vending machine because everything works with your phone, WeChat and Alipay. That's it. You don't have it yet, it feels like your hands are tied behind your back. His son's a bodybuilder and he's been there 13 years. Wow, that's a long time. He does teach, but he also teaches about cold fusion. Oh, wow. Okay, he's one of the clever ones. Yeah, I'm just a high school English teacher at the moment. I did do primary schools in that, and we spent 5 years in Cambodia before coming up to China. We'll have been in China now 2 years, and in Cambodia 5 years. So we basically Asia 7 years. Before that, struggling to find work in South Africa. Yeah, I can imagine. I've built a different shaped body, unfortunately. Hello, Fiona White Zulu. How are you, our beautiful lady in waiting? How's it going? Always good to see you. There we go. Don't forget, guys, it is in the comments downstairs is the link to Fiona's channel as well. Please go ahead and subscribe if you have not subscribed to White Zulu's channel. Really, really important that you do. I'm trying to get a photo on WhatsApp over here, if WhatsApp actually decides to load one day or not. But anyway, so we'll go through a couple of things. I took a look and, yeah, where's Khaby Lame? I wanted to take a look at True Love. I know True Love is supposed to be the month of February, but hey, what's it being a little bit late? Seeing as we don't have Easter here at all. That's why, as I was saying, I thought this weekend was Easter until I actually checked South African public holidays, because not a calendar, not a calculator, anything on the internet, nothing like that. Anything says or whispers Easter. Not a smell of hot cross buns, not an egg in the store, nothing. So between coming from Cambodia and to here, absolutely zero Easter, signs of Easter at all. But I do believe it is next weekend. Dylan, yes, no, I am very well, thank you very much. As you can see, I've spent the whole day literally in Starbucks, because I went to teach this morning and she did 2 classes this morning, and then they went, oh no, but there's another class late this afternoon. So I ended up sitting there working and trying to pull things through for the echo as we went across. So we'll take a look at a couple of relevant things and talk about it as we go by. Excuse me. And then we'll actually go and pull into a couple of deeper things. A tragic incident that occurred not so long ago. Well, not tragic. This is for Mr. Rwant. Let's get Mr. Rwant's thing going here. Nearly forgot. He's now 12 Rwant. There we go. And that is for happy birthday, 12 Rwant. He's gone to 12. Somebody said 22, I think, somewhere along the line. So I don't know if it doubles, because I'm just afraid that the next year he becomes 44 and then 88, and then he just surpasses me by, which I'm not worried about. Yeah. Oom now. Yeah, it's not even 12 Rwand. It's now Oom. I like that. Yeah. Oh, what's Dylan say? Fatten you up a bit. I hope it's fattening somebody else a bit, because I can't put any more on these cheeks, never mind my stomach or anything like that as well. You'll note that I never stand up on stream, because otherwise I just block out the whole camera in the process. Yeah, so happy birthday, Alfrewant. I hope you have an absolutely awesome, awesome day. And today's the day that you put those leather pants on and call the wifey aside. Hey? Yeah, so let's take a look. What did we look at? Yeah, a little bit of a tragedy. And now they say it's the CEO of Siemens. It's not the CEO of Siemens. He is the CEO of a subsidiary of Siemens, Rail and Logistics or something to that effect. So it's not the CEO of Siemens. The CEO of Siemens is still very, very much alive. This gentleman and his family, as you can see, all 5 of them there, the little one in between the mum and dad, which I didn't see at first, because I thought it was 5, and I said, I can't see 5, I can only see 4. But if you take a nice little look down over here, you will see number 5 is there. Very, very small little chap. They were, I think it's New York, if I'm not mistaken, on holiday, and they took a trip in the helicopter, and next thing, absolute tragedy struck, and the helicopter went out of control and crashed. Every one of them, including the pilot, died. If you are sensitive to accidents, do not look at the next photo. It's not crude, but it does show the accident as such. So yeah, as you will see, there's a piece of the rotor that's coming. You'll see the rotor coming down, and the next piece will actually, you'll see the piece of the chopper. But there you can see, I don't know how that broke off, but yeah, that landed in the water there. And the next piece that they got as well was the actual chopper. Whammo, and they were all killed. Very, very sad. There's already conspiracy stories coming out, because they're saying, why did he have a photo taken before the chopper flight? They're pretty wealthy people. They're used to it. 12 Rwand. There we go. Did you miss yours, 12 Rwand? I'll have to play it again. Just hang on. Let's just do this again. Wrong one. 12 Rwand, you're late for your birthday. Happy birthday, and I got it right. 12 Rwand. Or as Dylan says, Oom Rwand. Think that 12 has made space for Oom. Hey, yeah. So let's get back to where we were talking. Yeah, this whole family, they don't look very old at all. They look like a young, happy, vibrant family all together on holiday. And it was last week, I think it was Thursday. What an absolute traumatic tragedy. There you can see the rotor going. And then the actual chopper with them in. Actual footage. Absolutely, absolutely terrible. On holiday together as a family, and that's the last day. So, yeah, already there's a lot of conspiracy theories, as I said, because they say, yes, he was, I don't know if he'd drawn up some papers about something or something to that effect. But you know what? Conspiracy theories will always be there. The bottom line is, it's a tragedy. Any loss of life is a tragedy, and something, especially as a family and children in a helicopter accident, to have a whole family wiped out like that. Yeah, it's most tragic indeed. Right, just some news from the Bay. Let me just switch myself over to the other side. From the Bay, yeah, this is from Allison's side. Allison, give him back. You can't have him. No, I'm kidding. Missionary kidnapping in South Africa. Basically, a U.S. missionary, Josh Sullivan, was kidnapped during a church service in Port Elizabeth and in South Africa. The kidnapping happened on Thursday at a Fellowship Baptist Church in Motherwell Township. Josh, who's 34 years old and from Maryville, Tennessee, he was taken by 4 armed men wearing masks who burst into the church. Now, I ask you, if church is not even hallowed ground anymore, he was taken by 4 armed men. The kidnappers have asked for money, a ransom, to release Josh. So if you guys thought farming was a dangerous job, the ministers are next. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But this is just absolutely tragic because it's a young gent. And if I'm not mistaken, he has children as well. So the kidnappers have asked for money. His wife and children, there we go, were at church but weren't harmed. That must have been another traumatic experience, also last week on Thursday. The kidnappers also stole 2 cell phones and Josh's car, but the car was found later. Special police teams, including the Hawks, a serious crime unit, are trying to find Josh. The U.S. Embassy knows about the kidnapping and is concerned for Josh's safety. Josh and his family moved to South Africa in 2018 to do missionary work. Josh's wife has asked people on social media to pray for his safe return. Now I'm asking you with tears in my, I don't know, swamp green eyes. If ministers are being abducted from church and church is being robbed because they went in and they robbed the church, then I really don't know anymore. I mean, are they now targeting? He's a U.S. citizen, so is it because he's a U.S. citizen? Is it because it's a soft target? I know, what's it say? Motherwell Township. Now, I don't know those townships too much, but I did go into a township area when I was in Port Elizabeth, and it was pretty okay, although I did sort of not have to wear a seatbelt because my ass was sort of like tightly sucked onto the chair, but still, it was when I went the first time for my driver's license and that. But yes, what a absolute shock to see that you are not even safe in church anymore. I mean, it's quite amazing because you tell people what a beautiful country South Africa is and that they need to visit South Africa, and then they turn around and ask you, how safe is it in South Africa? And that's when you actually get worried because you don't know what to say to them. Well, as long as you know where to go is usually the saying. But yeah. And then they're like, maybe we should just not go, which is a logical human response. You know what? If something's not worth the risk, then you're not going to take it. So, I mean, it's like, should we go and visit North Korea or not? Well, it's fine. They open up a tour. I just don't feel like getting stuck there. The last time I know somebody got kept back for I don't know what. I don't want to know. What does White Zulu say? Let's pull her query up there quickly. I think she says, almost all the old churches here are being converted to mosques now. Oh, my goodness me. Terrorist training area. No, I'm kidding. It's not, geez, these things that just fall out of my mouth. What's Hendo say? If Trump finds out, expect special forces to get involved if the Hawks don't find him first. You know what? The Hawks are a watered-down version of the Scorpions. The Scorpions were too good. They started looting out all the problems in the ANC, and then they disbanded the Scorpions because they were pretty good, and they decided, well, you know what? We need a softer version of these Scorpions, and then they brought in the Hawks. So, yeah. Good for Trump for a change. He's actually sorting South Africa's problems out. It's ridiculous that you've got to get another country to actually solve a country's problems. And somebody said the other day, well, it's 30 years. It's not so far into after the changeover into democracy, and it's taken so long. The country's run aground since it actually changed to a free democracy for everybody. Japan had the same situation, and 30 years afterwards, they were one of the top nations in the world. So what's your excuse, South Africa? ANC. That's our excuse, because they are an excuse for geriatric old age home government. Yes, and we've never even had a fight. Alison says, Motherwell is extremely dangerous. Let's go pull that one up there. Motherwell is extremely dangerous. In 2024, a girl in my class from a wealthy family was kidnapped. They paid ransom and she returned safely. People are really desperate for money. Yeah, are there gangs in that there, I think, as well? But that's I'm very pleased you're telling me only now, and I didn't hear that before I went there. It would have been like really, really traumatic for me. So then we get something that's coming up now, and I don't know. I'm going to use the same words as a certain gentleman from down under, unsubstantiated. But the Sunday Times apparently has this. I'm not in South Africa, so I could not confirm it with the Sunday Times. Now ANC drops push for 0.5% hike, VAT hike. So now they've stopped it, okay, after a absolute withstanding or push from the DA, non-agreement from the DA standing ground that they should not being voted for even in the meeting, that ANC went all sour grapes for, etc., etc. What's Endo say? 30 years of looting by ANC going back to the Stone Age. Welcome to Wakanda. Azania Bantu Banana Republic. Jeez, Endo say that fast. And Alison says, churchgoers will have to start sending money via EFT. Yeah, and not while they're in church, because then their cell phones get stolen. Schools have also been targeted in January when everyone's paying. I ask you, safe havens, schools, churches, this is absolute madness. But anyway, moving on swiftly again. ANC drops. So this is after the pushback from the DA taking a strong stance against it, not voting it through specifically, although the ANC wanted boiling on the table. They were sour grapes because the DA didn't go with them. I was listening to, because I did watch that one, it was post the live where Ronaldo did the live streaming with what's it fixed for call? Fikile Kaniduni. And he said, ANC is the biggest part. The ANC is not the biggest party. The ANC is the biggest fish in the fish bowl, maybe, but it's not the biggest party. It's taken the biggest drop out of everybody, that they've done. But and if they don't keep on pressing that race card, they will be losing big time. But so they're all unhappy with the DA kicking back, and now I see a headline that says ANC drops push for 0.5% VAT hike. So they're dropping the push for it. I don't know if they've dropped it or not. Let me just go back up here. 12 for 1 says, I don't think they will ask money to get me back. They will probably pay to get rid of me. They'd have to give change for me as well. Hendo, Mad Max World, Bantu edition. Yeah, Mad Max World. I'll tell you about the movie I watched just now as well. Problem is that shops have already pushed prices up by 0.5%. Yeah, and do you think they're going to take them down again? Most definitely not, because I also saw a message, because somebody also put a post up on this post saying, hey, check this out. And Vodacom said, well, as of the 1st of May, we've adjusted by 0.5% due to the VAT increase. So, yeah. Nick Miller says, and then e-bikes must be registered as a motor... crying out loud. I can't believe that. E-bikes as a motor vehicle. Really? But anyway, I just want to get to this point now. So the ANC is dropping the push for 0.5%. Take a look at what these retards, and that's actually a compliment, are saying. Sir Mtidos. ANC was clear from the onset, we're not married to a VAT increase. Fortunately, for who? Action SA put politics aside and South Africans first and presented a viable proposal, and ANC listened. Woe to the Doomsday Coalition, MK, DK, and EFF. Thank you, naughty Herman Mashaba, Action SA. What a load of shit. If it wasn't for the DA that actually opposed it so badly, Action SA would have been duped into going through with it, because they said, just leave it there, we'll talk about it later. But obviously they've had to speak with the DA, and the DA said, well, we're going nowhere, guys. So you know what? Either own up, man up, or take responsibility somewhere along the line. So the South African first. Because of Action SA and its pragmatic approach, we won't be seeing an increase of that. You put South Africa first. No, they didn't. They put their own asses first. I cannot believe that Action SA has done such a kiss ass and everyone's turning around. Brandon says, Action SA likely to join the GNU and take up Home Affairs portfolio. Wow. That people can be so narrow-minded, that you can see so clearly and yet be so blind. Sir Tidos needs a DDoS clap. Thanks, Cameron. Thread Mayhem says, I'm nobody special, but I don't work in townships at all. I tell my employers as well, if they don't like it, it's their problem. Around here, they even cut each other's throats, and I'm not that keen on dying. I should imagine so. Thread, it's, you know, you've got so much to live for and to be careful of, and that people don't, they don't, when we're talking about kids being commodities, they don't look at life as life. I don't know what these people do when they do things like that. That, you know, I do understand that there's a high unemployment rate and that there's no money, but when lives are put at stake, I don't see the sense. Go and rob a store if you need to. You know what? Go pickpocket, do a EFF and go and loot a store, but leave lives alone. And I'm not encouraging looting, but I'm stating the fact that life doesn't mean anything to them. Hendo says, e-bike Samur, dust off your choppers or BMX, folks. I'd like to see me on a BMX. I'll probably look like a clown on a tricycle. White Zulu says, Elon Musk has had Whoopi Goldberg jailed for 2 years. Has she gone to jail, or has she just been found guilty and has got to pay her way out? Well, Whoopi Goldberg was carrying on worse than the freaking maid drinking spirits. I'm telling you. Flippin' spirits, mate. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. But yeah, on that, The View or something like that is just a bunch of women constantly having their period, complaining all the time. It's absolutely ridiculous. It does nothing for building or providing any form of view or anything to that effect. It's just a bunch of self-entitled rich bitches. But yeah, hello there, my excellent friend. Oh, Thread Mayhem, yeah, she's in jail. But there we go. Good for him. Although I am still a little disappointed in Elon Musk for taking out internet over Ukraine when Ukraine really needed it badly. But yes, as I'm saying, I was absolutely dumbfounded at these posts of everyone thanking Action SA. Then I'd like to go on to another subject. Now, we've got tariff wars here going on. And unfortunately, the media is throwing all over the place. Fiona says he made fun of his kid's name. Yeah, don't fuck with Elon Musk. He's the richest man in the world. So even Whoopi Goldberg, if you thought you were rich, you actually just outsized yourself. But yes, so there's this massive trade war apparently going on. Now, we are average people in the street. I've never said I'm a learned person. I'm the average Joe in the street. Now, I've got to try and figure out what's going on with this trade wars. And everyone's like, whoa, you're going to be paying more. Whoa, we're going to be paying more. Whoa, the world is coming to, we're going to throw the economy out of place. And you can look wherever you want to. And I'm going to show you that you're going to find for and you're going to find against. And it depends on what you want to do. If you want to find something that is for the US's tariffs, you will find for the US's tariffs. If you want to find something against the US's tariffs, you'll find against the US's tariffs. Rod D. Martin said, what you're not hearing, the Chinese cannot replace the US market without it. The Chinese economy will collapse. Susie Rizzo says, China threatens to drop $1.9 trillion tsunami on the US. We're so screwed right now. And then Doug Bonaparte, we will tariff China on everything but the 99% what we import. And let me switch it over to that side again. Sorry. It says Trump exempts phones, computers, chips from new tariffs. You know what? I think the guys know what they're doing. I don't think Trump's stupid. As I said, we haven't stepped out of our comfort zone. We haven't done such big business deals. We haven't learned to bluff and to take the strides and the steps that these people up there, he's done it. And he's probably got bigger balls than any president ever that's been in. And you know what? Everybody is complaining on the short view. And he likes his golf. But take a look. He plays a long game. How's it? Our 7-star Michelin chef, Arbot, how's it going? How are you keeping? Always good to see you. What's Endo saying? Misleading media, normal tariffs, wars in South Africa, distraction for making economic deals and isolate China. Yeah, it's this way and that way. 12 France says, this past week, our company has increased prices by 10% as most of our production are imported from Europe and the Rand-Euro rate has gone down the drain. This is what I'm saying. It has affected a lot around it, but I don't know, because now let me show you something else. All over YouTube, you're going to find this. Let me just probably take myself out of here now so you can see. Sorry, I forgot I was muted when I come off there. But let's move me across to China is done. Yeah. Anyway, behind me it says America pays the price. Sorry. But what I'm saying is it's a catastrophe. And it's actually, as you can see, it is social media that are throwing these things around as well. The mainstream media is an absolute disaster. It's where it's being fed from, by the way. A lot of these things are China Observer, reporters on China, I don't know, Lawi 86, I don't know what that is. And the other one's Because I'm Lizzie, and the other one is China Uncensored. So there's so much going up and down all over the place. Is the sound back again? I hope it's back. But you can't believe these things, number one. And number two, you've got to understand that the guys at the top, especially when you've got guys who can play chess, who know what they're doing. They're not a president. Trump doesn't play politics. He does business. But this is my advice for you. There is one person and one person only that you can listen to. Tune into this man, and I'm sure we all know him, Colonel Chris Wyatt. Okay? His link is down in the comments if you haven't done it, but I'm sure everybody on here is linked to Chris Wyatt. Thanks, Endo. Yes, on sound. And you know what? Stick to one person. And as far as I have found, whether I agree or disagree is not relevant. The facts are correct that come from Chris Wyatt. So doesn't matter if I'm happy with the news or unhappy with the news that comes from him. It's irrelevant whether you like it or not. What is relevant is that he delivers facts. And if you're wanting to stay straight, stop surfing the net for everything else. Pick up Chris for his daily news. I try and pick him up for the news. I unfortunately don't have the time to listen to everyone's conversations because everyone is just nagging the same thing over and over. And that is, what about the South African refugee program? Well, I've also specifically linked that set of video clips in the bottom as well to Chris Wyatt's video package, his clips of latest updated information on South African refugee program. I've also linked his, excuse me, YouTube site there as well. Stick to his news, watch it, and as I said, you might not necessarily like it. You might not agree with it. Let me just move myself away from the comments there again. Sorry. You might not necessarily agree with it. That is tough tackies because unfortunately or fortunately, it is the truth. So yes, you know, pick up, watch afterwards, run with the news parts, and that you don't have to sit through the traumatic version of everybody asking the same question over and over. You know, sometimes you think, oh, well, he's a rather man of short fuse, but geez, I think he's got a lot of patience having to re-answer a lot. There, Hendo's just put it in the comments as well, but Hendo, it is down in the, the additional downstairs. All the links are there, the one specifically to the refugees and the one or to the refugee program. There's a set of over 40, I think it must be almost over 50 by now, that he has given exact facts, and follow his news. Once again, I reiterate, it might not always make you happy. It might not be always what you agree with. But one thing that we cannot disagree with is that it is always factual, and he usually gives you some really, really good insight. So, yeah. Yes, what's say stop watching news. Yeah, that's actually the best, because I can see when I have been watching news or politics and that too much, I can see that I'm a little bit angry, that I'm starting to get nar. What is nar? Wanting to throw up. I'm feeling bilious, nauseous. You know, you have an absolute different temperament. And yes, my friends, I agree with you. What can you do? Nothing more than what you are doing, looking after your own personal interests around you and your family and friends around you. So, Arbot, I think that is probably one of the best ideas. What I'm trying to avoid, Gary, is people running all over the social media who are scooping, I should say, likes, clicks, clickbait, the same as unfortunately, and they're running off mainstream media, which is absolutely just running off sensation, and that in its own. And that's why I say, if you're going to follow news, follow these guys over here. And then, of course, if you want to actually find a little bit more investigative journalism and things like that, you can follow, I don't know where I put them now, was Ronaldo. I did have them on here. He's probably going to come up somewhere because I didn't get it organized properly. Probably, but Ronaldo Gous and Morning Shot, I've got them somewhere. I don't know where. I probably didn't put the YouTube, the clip correctly. What I wanted to, this was actually supposed to come before that, is entitlement is everywhere. Unfortunately, this one over here, by the time I checked it, now it didn't have sound. So you can either read it or just don't worry about it. But entitlement is everywhere. Let me just move myself over here. If you take a look at this, this is not in South Africa. Take a look at how entitled they are. Some people, as I say, money, money, money.
Yes, ma'am.
Still here, still waiting for your ID that you won't give me.
Yeah.
You have your driver's license and insurance?
What am I don't understand why I was being pulled over. Can you show me the speed I was doing?
Yeah, you're going 53 and a 35.
Can you show me? I'm asking you, can you show me?
It'll be on the camera for court.
I know, I want to see the camera now.
I can't do that.
Can I see your, can I speak to your supervisor?
Sure, you have your driver's license and insurance?
I'm special. I need to speak to a supervisor.
I'm asking for your license and insurance.
I'm asking for a supervisor.
Okay, in the meantime, I need your driver's license.
I'm asking for a supervisor. Can I see a supervisor, please?
I'm very special. I get a supervisor.
Roll the window down, or I will break it.
Are you going to provide your ID? Absolutely. Are you going to provide your ID? Speeding. Speeding was the reason for the traffic stop.
I love these
Are you going to
cops.
provide your ID? Are you going to provide your ID? Okay. I've asked you several times. You refuse to answer. Are you going to step out of the vehicle? Are you going to step out of the vehicle? Okay, ma'am, you are now under arrest. You are under arrest for obstruction of official business and failing to provide your ID. Step out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle, or I will break the window. Step out of the vehicle, or I will break the window. Ma'am, I'm telling you one more time. Step out of the vehicle, or I'm going to break the window. Okay.
Oh my God!
Please step out.
Lekker.
I didn't do anything wrong. Okay. I didn't even do anything wrong.
That should happen to a few entitled people in South Africa.
Are you the supervisor?
I am.
And what's your name?
Sergeant McDonald.
I have done nothing wrong.
Oh, no.
I have done absolutely nothing wrong, officer.
Obstructed
I promised to
justice?
die on my dad's grave. My dad is deceased. And she pulled me out over.
I got upset on television.
Lady, do you forget that they wear body cams?
Bullshit. It was a speeding ticket. Speeding ticket.
Now we're crying. We were big titties just now. No, you are not entitled to a supervisor when the cop tells you to do. Supervisor on the street. Yeah, I want to speak to your supervisor. This is a grocery store, yeah. And I am entitled. Cameron says, it's so weird that the SAPS are only getting body cams now. I want to get their body cam footage and make the videos about South African body cam footage. Yeah. Debbie, hello, Debbie. How are you? Watching from my phone. Hello, awesome people. Hello, awesome Debbie. How's it going? But yeah, how's that for if we could just get cops like that? Now you're going to have to look at these captions because this doesn't have sound, unfortunately. But basically what happens is this guy, I'm assuming, was interviewing two people beforehand, but they went tootling off. And then he started interviewing these two ladies. And then the other two ladies, you will see, come back and just bash them out of the way and pull in. And he's like, whoa. You know, what don't you understand about being rude? You can't. I was busy with, and they like, fuck that. We don't care. They're white. Watch this. And he's talking about an attractive man. All I had conversation, no. And then these two pull back in. Da. Everybody else, get out of the way. What's the question? What's your name? I'm Keith, and you, and I'm Keith. What do you think is appropriate to just run up in the middle of our interview, mid-contravention? I don't give a damn. I'm allowed to. They're white, and I don't give a fuck. You're just looking for attention. No, never. I can't give a fuck. We want to be funny. But I'm in the middle of a conversation with two people. You have a problem with that? You have a problem? And the lady goes, look, I got no problem. I'm going to leave. So what's the problem now? What's the problem now? We are girls, aren't we? Oh, with our stomachs hanging out underneath our shirts. Terrible. What have we got there? Thread says, those captions, my dad is a thief. Yeah. On my dad's grave, who's a thief? Well picked up there. Laws are there for a reason, of course, and cops need to be straight and obeyed, not as corrupt as our cops, not most of our cops. Unfortunately, or fortunately, there are still some good cops trying to do their job. And because they are not supported by having proper cops put in with them, and I'm not worried about color, because there's some damn good cops who are black and Indian and Chinese and whatever other races we have. We need to put the good people in there. The problem is, if we put the good people in there, the people who need to be hidden are going to be taken out. What Sendo say, die supervisor gaan haar verder moer. Yeah, he's going to knock her out. Never mind the extra fines. Yeah, obstruction of justice. What an entitled wench. Yeah, I'll give it a hands as well, Fiona. Woosbicher says, Hendo. Center of attention. Yep. Girls, are you sure about that? Blikskottel, the wheels are coming off big time. Yeah, and none of these are South African, guys. Oh, there we go. There's the ones I was telling you about. I told you I got the slides mixed up a bit. But yes, these are the other guys that I want to tell you to watch. Now, Ronaldo and Morning Shot. Morning Shot does keep you up with the news as well. So I do think they do run with Chris parallel, sort of, although Chris has more facts much quicker and on the button. Ronaldo, I would say, does what Carte Blanche should be doing these days. And Carte Blanche is just pussyfooting around crap. I don't know what it's like lately. I haven't seen it. But when I did get back to South Africa, I used to enjoy Carte Blanche because they used to go in guns blazing, teeth and all, and they were like, hello, we'd like to show you the school and how they've worked out the development. We're not wanting to see places of interest on Carte Blanche. Carte Blanche is hard journalism, is pulling out controversies, facts. Unfortunately, they don't do so anymore. I think they've been wrapped on the knuckles. But yet, so we will take to Ronaldo to uncover the injustices of this country. And thanks to him, he posts a ton of videos every day. Keep them up, keep watching, keep up the good work. Ronaldo, Morning Shot, keep up the good work. And Uncle Colonel Chris, keep up that good work. These are the guys that you watch, and don't go running to a whole lot of others now. Just stick to what I've shown you. I'm telling you. I'm not asking you. And Hendo says, Khosi passed 150K subscribers. Congratulations, Ronaldo. Well done. Keep it up. We are driving on the disc brakes. What? We are driving on the disc brakes. I'm assuming you're talking to someone now, Cam, because I've... Chris passed 75,000. There we go. There we go. And that's an American in Pennsylvania who has South African news correct and first. That's an embarrassment to any news journalist in South Africa. Yeah, Hendo, Carte Blanche is so woke they can't help themselves. Debbie says, Morning Shot and Chris were on together in one segment. I did see that when Chris took over Morning Shot. That was pretty cool. I feel so bad, but I also feel so worthless. I would love to have Chris on my stream, but I just, how should I say, I don't feel worthy to have Chris on my stream. It's like asking a super whale to get out of the ocean and come and play in this puddle with me. So yeah, Citizen Concerned is also good. Yes, Cameron, I agree. She's also good. Cameron's popped in this one, Citizen Concerned. And if I'm not mistaken, it's a black or a colored lady who has actually got the truth. And this is why when people say there's going to be a war in South Africa, my question is, between who? Between who? Very easy is my question. Between who? It's not going to be a black on white war, because there is not a black on white animosity. There are propagandas. There's propagandas that actually play the race card, which itches up both sides. And then you get the people in the middle, the black, the white, the Indian, the colored, who are all trying to live a normal life and just bring up their kids in a safe environment, educate them, and have them have a future and work together. They are not going to take up arms against each other. So who is this war going to be between? The only people going down is the government. EFF is like a little chihuahua at the heels. Hendo says, do watch the Sama young South African black man. I'll take a look there. Joe, yes, Debbie, I actually clean forgot about Joe. I haven't watched him in a while, that's why. So I do apologize. Joe, I'm sorry, and congratulations on your new little blessing, Joe. Joe Emilio. Hendo, I don't know which one is that, Hendo, that you're putting up? Thisa Masamba. Oh, is that Sama? Yeah, the Sama. Okay, great stuff. Thanks, Hendo. And Cameron's put Joe Emilia up there as well. Thank you very much. I did. I've got it. Thanks. Yes, Dodgy Joe is good. channel also growing. Yeah, Dodgy Joe is growing. Ina sent me something as well. I'll get to those now. Let me finish up with the stream currently. So yeah, let's move on to the next lot. So, do you remember this man? I'm sure you all remember him. Let me push this way first. Khaby Lame, at 20, working in a factory for minimum wage. At 22, he was the most followed person on TikTok, earning $750,000 per post. But 6 months ago, everything took a turn. His views dropped and everyone started to hate him. Why? Remember, he's the man. Okay, and he went to Italy with his family to try and make a living. Who is he? After losing his job during the pandemic, he started with TikTok. And he began mocking overcomplicated life hacks with a simple solution. While saying nothing, his videos were silent but universally relatable. And by June 2022, he was number one with 142.8 million followers. The early, excuse me, the early hate, or crumbs, let me move it this way. The early hate, many questions his success. Oh. Okay, the early hate. Not apostrophe, the two little dots. Many questioned his success. How did he get so big for doing so little? He was accused of being low effort and not deserving the fame. Some compared him to other creators who worked hard but didn't achieve his level of recognition. Are they right? I don't know. I think he found a niche. I don't think it is easy to always come up with the things he did and to spot it. He found a niche and had to work to putting it together. The end result of a video, I mean, what I've put together here has taken me since 8 o'clock this morning, and I actually closed my laptop at 5:45 this evening, just trying to find things that are appropriate for Pepper's Echo. So please, don't tell me that putting stuff together, this front part is absolutely nothing compared to the back end. What's Enda say? Joe's popping out his babies galore, his TV not working. Guys, we are collecting super chats and buying coffee for Joe. Yeah. Henda, Debbie is busy trying to repopulate the Western Cape. Right. Anyway, so let's take a look at, just to refresh your memory on Khaby Lame. The wrong tick there. There we go.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
And there's an open one. So watch what he does. And he was really good at this. So if you don't know, that's who Khaby Lame is. So there's a scandal, number one. Oh, let me switch myself to the other side again. Khaby posted an anti-racism message on his Instagram, which marked the start of his first scandal. A lot of people unfollowed him, saying he was too political. Khaby responded, I don't care about the numbers, I care about your hearts, but it doesn't stop. I do agree. You know what? Once you're in entertainment, don't get into politics. Once you specialize in one lane, don't try and profess the others. That's what I have a problem with these actors in Hollywood getting paid whack loads. And I don't mind it. Earn your money, enjoy it, but stop trying to tell people in the political sectors how to do their jobs, or the people that go to watch your movies and pay your salary, how they must vote or what they need to think, or to shove anything woke down their throat. That's the problem I have with people like Robert De Niro. He's a brilliant actor. He's just so stupid when it comes to, he thinks he's a Dalai Lama or something. But anyway, Khaby says, say no to racism. I'm seeing a lot of comments where people say, I unfollow your video because you did this video. I don't mind, guys. We're almost in 2022 and people still use racism because they have nothing to do in their life. Be happy, follow your dreams, and try to save the planet. You can also unfollow me. I don't care about the number. I care about your hearts. If you don't think of something new, do it right and in a positive way. Yeah, you know what? Steer clear of trying to say racism. It's not cool. And scandal number 2, the internet began to call him sexist based on old clips. Now, I don't know. I haven't watched his old clips. I just used to enjoy his clips. TikTok was flooded with Khaby is problematic. But this didn't do any damage. At first, the controversy even helped him. And then Khaby wasn't the most followed account anymore. Charlie D'Amelio. Joe Emilio? If Joe was Portuguese, he'd be D'Amelio. But anyway, surpassed him. But as he approached her follow account, fan wars started. Now I ask you. But yeah, fan wars started, and the controversy was from sexist scandal ultimately helped him surpass Charlie. But after that, he became irrelevant. The aftermath dropped him from 6 to 7 videos daily to 1 to 2 a week. Most of them ads. Fans felt abandoned. Some said we only hyped him to dethrone Charlie, not because he was funny. What's with Khaby today? So here's the part on him.
Khaby Lame is days away from passing Charlie D'Amelio and becoming the most followed creator on TikTok. The gap between the two is closing, as Charlie has 142 million and Khaby is only 300,000 away and gaining quickly. When will the king of comments pass the queen of shares? Stay tuned to find out.
So yeah, I don't know if it's just fame that goes to your head, because I know he got the face of, not Paco Rabanne, something else. But yeah, today, you know what? He made his money, he made his fame, whether it's through shame or whether it's through fame or shame, he's kept his fame. Because today, Khaby Lame is focusing on movies and TV. His TikTok, he's originally from Senegal and he went to Italy. His TikTok hype feels like a distant memory. Did Khaby fall off, or is he just shifting his goals?
Check this out. We're going to run down to the street.
I don't think you'll ever be man who used to point us in the right direction without saying anything. Sometimes, as the little bird says, when you're in the shit, keep your mouth shut. And if he just kept his mouth shut and pointed us in the right direction always, we would have had a lot more fun with him. So let's take a look. I haven't looked at the messages again. Tony from LC Signs. Oh, I've got him here as well. Don't worry. Who's talking about Tony from LC Signs? I've got videos of him on this thing. Who is talking about him? Arbot, yeah, we've got sub for you on this video, on this presentation quickly. Hollywood actors pushing politics, yeah. Where do I find Tony? White Zulu, I'm going to show you right now. And it is also in the links below, is Tony's link as well, LC Lights. Porra Emilio sounds exactly dodgy. TikTok was not on the platform, waiting for Trump to sell it to an American owner. Yeah, I don't use TikTok either. I've never been a TikToker. I've never, ever loaded it onto my phone or anything. I've never TikToked. I can proudly say that. Debbie says, here on the East Rand, they're replacing the traffic lights with four-way stops, going backwards. Yeah, Debbie, I remember them not fixing the potholes, but building speed bumps so that you don't go too fast over the potholes. Really. Okay, something I want to take a look at. What is the most important thing? What is true love to you? True love. And people go, oh, true love if you give your heart to someone, and true love if you buy a diamond ring, and true love and true love and true love. Let me take a look down some posts on true love. And this is true love. It is, what's the word that I'm looking for always? Without asking for something back. I can't think of the word that's asking something back. Anyway. Number one, in London, there's a woman who goes every day on the underground and sits on the platform just to listen to the announcement recorded by her husband in 1950. Now, I don't know if there's people who said, oh, well, it's been taken down already. Some people said it's been taken down, but it was put back up again when they heard the story. And a lot of people going, well, why doesn't the government just record it for her and play it so she doesn't have to go to the station? And somebody else said, well, it's going to get dangerous for her to go to the station. But the bottom line is, take a look at the heart. Oh, let me just move my phone, my thing off of there. There she is. It's a true story. Take a look at the heart. That she would love her husband so much that she would still go to the station to hear his announcements. And I think it's got some kind of sentiment to it. I don't think it's actually hearing the message. And then another one says, my boyfriend came to watch me present my research. And at the end, I asked for questions. He asked a super specific question that allowed me to reiterate the most interesting part of my research. He knew the answer. He wanted me to be able to highlight it again. What a man. Unconditional is the word I was looking for. Unconditional love. Because we look at true love, and these days, sadly, has been replaced by conditional love. True love has been replaced with a condition. We might even think we're unconditional, but if you go and you look deeper, you will find that your love has got a condition. Pick your partners wisely, man. My brother passed away 3 years ago. His girlfriend, at the time, still calls my mum every day, doesn't miss anything my family celebrates, is always there whenever anyone needs her. She's literally still honoring him as if he was alive. And that is so rare. Once again, unconditional. True love is having someone who can understand you. And let me just put this up. Or what? True love is having someone who can understand you and will be stuck with you with one's bullshit and mannerisms. Yeah. But dealing with it gently. We are so quick to judge these days. We are so quick to put a condition on. If you can find those people, hold on to them. Here's a few more. I went to lunch with my friends and saw my husband at a restaurant. I was going to say his name, but he was staring at his phone. So I watched him. He was smiling. He typed, and then my phone dinged. And it was a video forwarded of a dog wrestling with a hosepipe. This is love. My boyfriend has been putting back money every month and saved up $5,000 to purchase a new vehicle tomorrow. What he doesn't know is he has $10,000. I've been secretly matching every dollar he has saved. He truly deserves it all. You know what? There are so few people these days that think and feel that people deserve. They are so busy going, I deserve, they should work for it. I must get this. I'm being hard done by. You know what? We once again conditions that no one's going, you know what, if he does this or if she does that and if this happens, then instead of going, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Anthony Robbins once said, a woman came to him and says, oh, I don't think my husband loves me anymore. And he goes, well, if you're going along a roadside, a cliff's pass on the cliff, which side of the road do you drive on? She says, the right-hand side. He says, but what if you drove on the left-hand side? She says, well, then you'd probably have a head-on collision with a car. He says, okay, so you drive on the right-hand side. What if somebody on the other side is driving on the right-hand side? Wouldn't you have a head-on collision then, on the left-hand side? She says, yes. He says, so then, therefore, you shouldn't go. And I'm just making this very, very condensed quickly, summarizing it. And then he says, so therefore, you shouldn't go on the right-hand side, which is the correct side to drive, because somebody might be on the left-hand side and you could have a head-on collision. No, she says. He says, well, you still going to take the road? Yes, she says. Why? Because you want to get to the destination. Yes, she says. But how do you know somebody's not going to come onto that side, on the wrong side? She says, well, you just got to have faith, I suppose. And then he looked at her and she looked back at him and she went, I hear you. I hear you. And he said, well, what you going to do now? She says, I'm going to go home and love my husband. I'm going to love him so much, even if he doesn't love me and even if he doesn't show anything. And I'm going to love him some more. And I'm going to love him to the ends of this earth. And he will realize, either what he's lost if he leaves me or what he's gained when he sees me. But I will have faith that he loves me. And that was so cool because that was the epitome of unconditional. Another one says, my parents have been married for 34 years. My mom is in the final stages of young onset dementia, diagnosed 5 years ago at 53. It's a terribly young age to be diagnosed with it. My dad cares for her full time. She doesn't always remember his name, but she knows she's safe with him. If that's not true love, I don't know. And if you see the picture there at the bottom, it's her dad, and her mom has an absolute feeling of safety with him. Whether she knows him or not, she knows he is safe. Alabama, a husband saved his wife's life by donating a kidney, which we often hear about. Family often donates parts for other family. But listen to this. After spending a year dieting and exercising to get his blood pressure low enough for the surgery. That's unconditional. Let me go down to this one on the right here quickly. My dad's secretary told my sisters and me that one time the whole office was having drinks and going around complaining about their wives. And when it got time for my dad to say something, he said, I don't know. I love my wife. She's my best friend. Now, guys, if you've got that, you've got diamonds. Another one says, when my dad was in college, he had a friend who told a girl he'd take her on a date unlike any other she'd ever been on. And so he took her to the supermarket to watch the lobsters fight in the lobster tank. They're married now. Just found out that my grandfather always goes to bed 10 minutes earlier to preheat my grandmother's spot in the bed. After 10 minutes, my grandmother crawls into bed and he switches places with her. If this isn't love, I don't know. And then someone commented, I can relate to all of these. My husband I married over 40 years ago. When I was 19 and he was 22, I would do anything for my man. You know what? It's often what is said behind you and not to your face. It's what you hear from others and not from the person. That is so, so important. What is said about you when you're not around? And this is so beautiful. This is true love, people. And this isn't any form of intimacy, any form of romance or anything like that. It is hard to the core, bone, true love. You don't see this anymore. You don't see this anymore. Unconditional. Love has become a condition. Here's one. This is the most beautiful video for me ever. Now, I didn't put the caption in that in, but you will take a look at this video. This young girl, or wife, waits for her husband. She knows when he comes back. And obviously, this is taken from their security camera. But she waits for him every single day when he comes home from work. Take a look. See, not every day is as vibrant, but she's there for him. It just means so much, you know. They are the most important people in each other's lives. And it's small things that make that difference. You'll see there's days that it's probably the greatest, but she's there. And he picks her up. It's White Zulu says, my husband was my best friend, but he died after we were married. Oh, shame, White Zulu. I'm really sorry to hear that. But yeah, just take a look. Just being there for him. Imagine that. Hendo's truth. Actions speak louder than words. This is true love, people. So I didn't get smudgy with it. I'm sorry if anyone is expecting a love story. But these are things. These are unconditional. These are true love. Let me show you another one. This old chap, they brought him a pillow with a picture of his wife on it. Why? Because they found out he went to sleep next to a photograph of his wife every night. Take a look at this.
Hello?
I got you a present.
Hey?
I got you a present.
What's that, darling? Ah! Oh! Oh!
Take a look. And that's a youngster who did that for him.
Let me see, Ken.
Show us what you've got, Ken.
Let me see what you... Oh, Ken. How beautiful. How beautiful. Oh, dear. Oh, my God.
I thought that might be a bit better than your photograph.
Oh. Come in.
These are people with true love. True love is not sentiment, is not intimacy, is not, and you know what, I'm dead serious. Intimacy you can get from a hooker for $50, $100, 100, I don't know what they are, probably gone up with VAT these days as well, but anyway. But it's actually unconditionally meaning something. Doing it with a heart of unconditional and doing it behind people's backs. What's Cam say? As you all know, I'm going to put that up, Cam, if you don't mind, because that's very nice as well. As you all know, my parents were married when my mom was 2 days from 21. My dad met her when she was 18, and they only ever loved each other for 56 years. They never loved anyone else. Now, that's a beautiful love story, Cam. Like Endo says, actions speak louder than words. That's it. And you know what's even more important is consistent actions. The sad part is so many people are intent on doing it, want to do it, and we are living in such an instant world that we'll do it for 1, 2, 3 weeks, maybe a month, and doesn't feel different, so we don't put the effort in anymore. And we wonder why things don't change for us. And this is love, youngster and an old man. And she says, isn't that better than a photograph? Debbie says, my dad and mom were 49 years, shame, 1 month short of their 50th before he passed. So, very sad. Yeah, love your parents while you have them to love. Ask those of us, and I'm looking, I know Debbie, Cameron, Allison, when they're not there, you wish you had somebody to hug. You wish you had somebody who was unconditional. You wish you had somebody who repeated themselves to you. Seems like they don't have a baby yet. What's it? I don't know. Zulu, White Zulu, I don't know. He's so sweet. Pepper's Echo, congratulations on 120. Yeah, it's not 150,000. Thanks, Cam, but 120. There we go. We'll work on a little bit of different, the things on the heart, and we look at true life a little bit different. Let's go past this. Right, and then I think these were absolutely excellent, so I put these together. I'm going to run a little bit quicker now, but this lady had an excellent thing. Do you know who I am? And it's actually an ad for a humane facility, but take a look.
Touch me again and you're going to find out exactly who I am. Hi, I'm Kendall Paul, CEO of the Vanderburg Humane Society. If you are looking to adopt a new friend or you need services for your current pet, like spay or neuter or vaccinations, the Vanderburg Humane Society is here to help. Check out more information or make a life-saving donation.
I thought that was brilliant. And then, of course, the caption for this is trying to shop in Walmart, but what would you do if this was your child? And I decided just to name it the EFF members, the young members in training, the EFF Youth League. Can you imagine this? Now, some people say she has a problem. Some people say, I don't know. Some people just say she needs a damn good hiding. But, you know, whether she's got a problem or not, she's in the wrong environment. You shouldn't be taking her out if she's a kid. But, yeah. Thanks, 12 for 1. Sorry, 12 for 1. You know about unconditional love with this one. Yeah. Okay. Another one, quickly. He accidentally, this guy, George, he found, what's his name, a former employee. Suddenly, Google put up their domain for sale. And he previously worked for Google, and he kept on checking domains. And he didn't ask for 100,000 or 100 million or whatever, because it suddenly came up to him by accident. I'm not going to go through the whole lot. But so he bought it for $12. And it was an accident. It appeared, and for not even thousands, $12, he owned Google, the site, the name. And within minutes of him buying it, he suddenly started getting all the information through from Google, the valuable information. So he had this domain, and he got the domain's information. So he quickly, they realized the mistake, and they said to him, please, we need to reverse this. Somebody else has already registered this before you. And he chose the integrity. He never gave out, leaked, or anything of that information. Google offered him a reward of $6,006.13. Why? If you look at the numbers, it spells out Google in leaked speak over there. Very clever. Google's still marketing, even with their generosity. Anyway, but Ved rejected the money. Instead, he asked Google to donate it to the Art of Living India Foundation, an NGO that operates 1,262 schools. His aim was to help underprivileged children receive an education. Google's reaction? They doubled the donation, not because Ved asked for it, but because his act of integrity inspired them. The money would now support twice as many children. Ved showed that his integrity isn't about doing the right thing. It's about using your position, no matter how brief, to make a positive impact. He could have exploited a major company's mistake. Instead, he turned it into an opportunity to help others. Today, this case serves as a powerful reminder that wealth isn't about what you can take. It's about what you can give. And sometimes the most valuable thing in life can not be measured in money. And that's true. That's just somebody else's integrity. If we had this these days, it would be amazing. Okay, who mentioned it? Orbot, especially for you, Orbot, if you're still around. I don't know. Hello, CB1, how are you keeping? Always good to see you, my friend. Fantastic to see all you wonderful people. But this guy is in China, and I actually wanted to put his whole introductory video on, but I will put it on another time and maybe make a few more videos. I've only got like 2 or 3 of him, but I'll have to probably just ask his permission as well, but I don't think he'll mind. The link is downstairs. It is LC Signs, and he has an extremely fantastic way of saying what we want to say by marketing his company. Take a look. I've put a few together. Enjoy.
China, China, China. Get your LED sign with factory price in China. Who doesn't like a shiny backlit LED sign? The combination of acrylic and metal makes your logo looks more luxurious. Our LED sign has CE and UL certification, and we offer 3 years warranty for it. Can you believe that? The DHL or FedEx will deliver to your house with no matter where you are. Don't worry about the tariff. We have DDP service. Price depends on the size you need. Send your logo to us and get a quote, and also follow Daily Hustle.
I really don't know what's gotten into me recently.
Apparently, it's a lot of food. Anyways, lovely color and font will definitely make your store look special. We can make any colors for you. Send your...
I'm standing on the train and look at all these men. What happened to giving up your seat for women? No man offered me a seat.
Anyways, here's how to tell if your sign is cheap. If the vinyl has less than 1 year warranty and with obvious color difference...
Why do men not understand hints?
Why don't you just tell us? Anyways, if you want to order signs for your franchise stores, make sure you buy from a responsible sign company.
Hello.
Goodbye. Anyways, if you want to start a business on a budget, make sure you go to the Source Factory. Reliable quality, cost-effective, and responsible.
Like, I'm a trans man and I'm gay and I have been...
So you're straight. Anyways, watch me put it down like this. The design is very human. Your customers can see your product poster from 100 meters away.
He's brilliant. I must actually get hold of him and see if we can, if I'm allowed to post a few more on there. Anyway, guys, it's been absolutely awesome. There's just a message that I have that actually came up with one of my little messages throughout this week, which I listened to from old Uncle Angus every morning on my DD trip. But I think I just adapted it to life in general, because it is life in general. And this is my quote. It is not a quote from anybody else. It is Pepper's quote from Pepper's Echo. Embracing the unknown requires courage to step out of the boat, leaving behind the comfort of familiarity. It is in facing the storm that you discover the strength to reach your destiny. So guys, if you want to walk on water, if you want to be better, if you want to reach your destiny, which may not necessarily be money, it may not be fame, it may not be fortune, but it may be integrity, it may be genuine, it may make a difference to somebody's life, it may make a difference to yours. You need to step out of your boat, your comfort zone. We'll talk about that next week, stepping out of your comfort zone. But today you need to leave behind judgment. You need to leave behind, I've got a steady job. You need to leave behind, I'm a victim of unemployment. You need to leave behind, I was attacked. You need to leave behind, I've been dealt a bad hand. You need to leave behind, I can't afford. You need to leave behind, I can't return to my country. You need to leave behind, you need to leave everything behind that keeps you in your safe, miserable, safe, happy, safe, anxious, whatever space you are left in. If you want to walk on water, if you are wanting to better yourself, if you're wanting to see a difference, if you're wanting to become or get the change, embrace the unknown. And that requires courage to step out of the boat, leaving behind the comfort of familiarity. It is in facing the storm that you discover the strength to reach your destiny. And sometimes it is leaving behind your support group. So here's hoping that this week you all step out of your boat, you walk on water, that you're blessed out of your socks, that you have an absolute and that I see you all next week again. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for reaching the 110. I did have more to show you. I will show you next week as I've shot over a lot. Our little doggy's got a pram today, but we'll have to save some for next week. Step out of your boat. Keep the faith. Keep going. Love unconditionally. You can't put a price on that. And unconditionally is sometimes difficult. but your integrity is higher than that. Step out of your boat. Thank you very much. Take care. Look after yourself. Be good. And if you can't be good, at least be kind. Cheers.